And now, a bird of a different feather who's also bringing great joy. Meet Rocco, a bird who helped his best friend Joe overcome great odds.
This is Rocco. He's my pet Toucan Toucan. He's 3 years old, and he's probably one of the coolest pets anybody could ever hope to have.
The toucan from South American rainforests is known for its oversized, colorful bill, which is actually hollow and encased by a thin outer sheath, which is supported by tiny crisscrossed bony rods. The hollow bill is for feeding, not fighting, and is used in the wild to pluck fruit from thin tree branches, which the toucan eats by tossing to the back of its throat. Joe's love for tropical birds began when his family took in a relative's parrot. And by his teenage years, Joe had a menagerie of his own.
We had 5 parrots at one point. I would come home and they all would start screaming because they'd be so happy to see me.
But when he was 16, Joe's family received a shock when he was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma.
It was devastating news for me. It was a hard time.
Because the cancer had spread to his lungs, the bird dandruff was a risk, and Joe could not keep them.
They were such a big part of my life, and it was like, what do I have now? I didn't have anything, it felt like.
Joe began research to see if there was a tropical bird with low dander that he could own. And there was, a toucan.
The doctors said it was completely safe for me to have a bird like that as a pet. I really just wanted to have a bird again, and that was like my dream bird to have.
But they're not easy to get. That's when the Make-A-Wish Foundation made Joe's wish come true.
I look at him and I just cannot believe how beautiful he is. And I'll go to pet him and he just stretches his beak out that he wants a hug. He loves being hugged. That's when you know he's definitely reaching out and saying, I do love you. Please come here.
While his care can be a little high maintenance, Joe doesn't mind the work.
Chopping up the fruit for him takes up a good chunk of time, and it has to be chopped to a specific size for him to swallow it more easily. You want a grape right now? Yeah. It's probably the most outgoing pet you could have.
He is a pet, but he is also a part of the family.
Today, Joe's future is bright.
Joe is in remission with his cancer.
Thanks to Rocco, Joe has a special bond with a feathered friend. Here's a